That ending. That freaking ending. I knew it was coming, but damn, that ending was amazing. Like, I loved that cliffhanger. I mean, I hate cliffhangers, but that cliffhanger, oh my god. This episode of One Piece, man, once again, I fucking loved it. Now, I know there's going to be some of you that are going to say that this episode was slow, but I personally really enjoyed this episode. That ending alone makes the entire episode great. Oh, that laugh, that Doffy laugh. When you hear that laugh, man, like, I think that was the first time ever since, you know, ever meeting Doffy that he has laughed like that. Like, we've heard him laugh, but the way his laugh sounded in this episode was like more along the line of he was so pissed that he was laughing. Like, that is literally how angry he was, because he was pretty much piecing everything together when his head is rolling on the floor. He's like, Revolutionary Army's here. The palace is in shambles. We have the toys that have been reverted back. Sugar is down. Pretty much the King Riku is, you know, he's unleashed. Like, you know, the chains are broken. Law's getting out of his cuffs. Pretty much shit is hitting the fan for Doffy. And when he's describing the situation, you can really tell he's pissed. And I remember this in the manga. I was like, oh my god, he is pissed. But actually seeing the voice actor portray Doffy in this episode, I have to hand it to the voice actor. The Doffy voice actor of this episode really surprised me. Like, the overall way he carried his voice in that laugh, along with the scene when he was explaining the situation, what he was going to do with whatever this supposed bird cage is, that was great. It was really great. I gotta compliment the voice actors when I see some great voice acting, and that was some damn good voice acting. Like, damn, I cannot wait to see future scenes for Doffy's voice actor. Oh my god. So, episode. Let's, I guess, do a quick overview of this episode. Let's actually look what this episode really was doing. So, the episode, for the most part, picks up where the last episode left us on. Sabo gets the Devil Fruit. He now has, Ace's Devil Fruit power, and you see how we finally get Sabo's face revealed. Like, his face was finally revealed when it should have technically been revealed last week, but they wanted to have the spotlight for God Usopp, which this episode had more. God Usopp! God Usopp! The Holy God Usopp! Yeah, they have more of that, and I fucking love it. Oh, can't get enough of that God Usopp. But, anyways, pushing that aside, the episode shows us Sabo's face for the first time. And let's be real here, it was already incredibly obvious. I mean, even if I didn't say Sabo in the reviews of the anime, it was incredibly obvious it was Sabo. I mean, the weapon, the outfit, the attire, the way the hat is, I mean, just overall the structure of the hair, like the hair color, it was obvious it was Sabo. I don't even know why Toei actually tried to hide it this long. I mean, in the manga, it was easier to hide because we couldn't really see the colors of the hair, and, we could only take guesses at who it was. But with the anime, it was like, they were trying to hide it longer than they should have. Like I said, last week they should have revealed it, but they didn't. But that's not a big issue. I'm just saying, it's kind of obvious it was Sabo. I mean, it wasn't that big of a shocking reveal, because we all knew. The only shocking thing about it is finally getting to see Sabo's full face. That's the only shocking factor about that reveal. So, the scar. That's one thing I'm really wondering about. Like, where did Sabo get that scar? Because he has this scar on his eye, and we know for a fact when the boat exploded when he was a kid, it was on fire. I'm assuming he got that scar because of that, but we have no idea. I mean, it looks like a burn mark on his eye, but we have no idea until that finally gets clarified, so I can't wait to finally actually find out what Sabo has been doing. And speaking of what Sabo has been doing, he is number 2 in command of the Revolutionary Army, the Chief of Staff. It was revealed in this episode. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that information is mind-blowing. I mean, I'm still shocked to this day about that, because we have to actually go figure. Dragon is the world's most wanted man. He is the most wanted man in the entire world. Everybody wants his head. And Sabo is second in command, underneath Dragon. And let's put this into a bigger perspective. We also have it to where Sabo is using dragon-like techniques. For instance, Dragon's Claw or Dragon's Talon. You know, how he used a couple episodes back when he crunched the arena's floor in. So, we know for a fact he most likely got training by Dragon. So, if we connect the dots, it kind of is obvious that he worked underneath Dragon, but to find out he's actually second in command just shows you his power standpoint in the verse of One Piece. And another thing I want to add on top of that I find very ironic with this is that if we look at, you know, the past history, Ace was second in command, technically, of the Whitebeard Pirates. We know for a fact. And now, Sabo is second in command of, you know, the Revolutionary Army. So, you gotta think about this. I mean, it's really ironic how Ace was second in command, and then, you know, Sabo was second in command of these big pirate groups, or, you know, revolutionary groups. You gotta love that. You gotta fucking love that irony right there. And then on top of that, you have to love how just Sabo seems to technically be the same. Like, he's the same Sabo we know and love from the past in that flashback arc we had. And so, his personality doesn't seem to be changed that much. So I can't wait to finally see when Sabo and Luffy have their conversation. We finally get to find out what really happened between Sabo and how did he survive, so forth and so on. I mean, it's kind of obvious that Sabo survived because of Dragon, because, I mean, there's been a lot of theories around Sabo for a long time, but why didn't, you know, Sabo try to contact Luffy at all, or Ace at all? I mean, why did he never try to contact him? That's a big question we have to wonder on top of that. So, moving past that, the other parts of this episode is Barto. Oh my god. I say it all the time. Barto is just amazing. He's single-handedly his best boy of this arc. He is. Like, Robin Senpai, or, wait, whoa. Robin Senpai! That's my Barto impression. They're just freaking out, twitching like that, like, that's the Barto, like, Barto impression. But, that scene, oh. Fucking love Barto. Fucking love Barto. Like, dude, he's fucking badass. I mean, he's sitting there fangasming. Like, when you see him put the dots together and find out that Usopp is Sogi King, he's like, oh. You see this aura just going on Usopp all around, this golden aura like he's God. Like, oh my god. Usopp doesn't need a greater God complex already. I mean, he's already gonna have a big head after he wakes up and gets in full health after him becoming God Usopp. So, that's one part of the episode, and then the ending cliffhanger pretty much with, you know, whatever this birdcage is. So, that is the episode in a nutshell. It is. Good episode. Very, very good episode. Loved it. Like I said, it's slow-paced. It's a very slow-paced episode. I do have to admit that, but I enjoyed it. I fucking loved it, and I had enjoyment and entertainment value out of it, so that's all I ask when I watch an episode of One Piece. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.